I'm Jen Beeston. Today I want to talk to you about, as a mortgage borrower, what you can do that makes your lender drink. Yeah, Chardonnay. It's good, right? But I don't mean drink in a good way. I mean like things you totally don't want to do because it's going to make us not love you that much. So, here we go. Here are the big themes. And I actually talked to some of my mortgage friends to make sure we were on the same page, and we are. So, number one, don't lie to us. Please don't lie to us. If you lie to us, you're going to make us drink. The reason is that we don't just go off of your application. There's all these second and third party verifications that we have to do in order for a loan package to be complete. And everything ultimately gets discovered. If you don't tell us about a property, we're going to find it. If you don't tell us about alimony and child support, we're going to find it. All this stuff lenders find. So if you think that like, oh, I won't tell them, they won't figure it out, you're wrong. There's so many checks we have to do now, everything gets found out. So the way to think about this is your lender's your biggest advocate. We're like your lawyer. You need to tell us what your issues are, give us the bare bone facts, everything, so that we can put together the correct loan for you. If you don't tell us anything and then we find it out all in the middle, we may not be able to scurry and get you a loan. So you always want to be honest with your lender. The second thing is moving money around and cash. So here's the deal. In a mortgage transaction, cash isn't real. If you pull a Floyd Mayweather and you show up to your closing with a huge duffel bag of cash, even though you're like, dude, it's money for my house, what's your problem? Well, the problem is the Patriot Act. So we have to source every single dollar that goes in the transaction. And if you bring in cash, we can't source where it came from. You know, if you're like, oh, it was on my paychecks for 10 years, like how could I ever document that? And we're legally required to document everything. And this ties in with the moving money. So if you have, let's say, 5 accounts and you're constantly moving money, depending on the type of loan you have, we may have to watch every single transaction move. And it's more paperwork for you. It's more underwriter putting a magnifying glass to your file. It's not what you want, and it's not what your lender wants. So what I always advise if I'm talking to a client a couple months before they make their purchase is I say, hey, look, you know, if you've got your down payment saved, I want you to put it in a savings account, and I don't want a lot of deposits going in there that I can't source. If you want to deposit your paycheck into your checking and have a percentage go into the savings, that's fine. As long as you don't have cash or random deposits going in those two accounts, that's fine. But if you have, you know, a sister that pays you $3,000 a month in cash that you put in the same account as your deposit, that can work against you, because if we can't show where the deposit's from, we have to back it out. So if you have $50,000 in your account today, but I see 10 $3,000 cash deposits, you have $20,000 is the way that lenders look at it. So you really don't want to do that. You really don't want to move your money. You know, if you do move your money, realize that the lender's going to require a paper trail, and just be ready to provide that. If you provide it and you're like, no problem, your lender's going to be cool. But what we see a lot of is people going, oh, why do you want it? Like, it's not like, I have money, what's your problem? And it's like, we don't want to ask for this, but we legally have to. So that's the second thing. The third thing kind of ties into the end of the second thing, and that is begging for documents. I am super blessed. My clients are rock stars. They don't make me beg for anything. I say, hey, I need this, this, and this. And they go, here you go, Jen. And I'm like, I love you. You're the best. But unfortunately, there's a lot of lenders out there who are begging for documents. I was talking to one of my friends 2 days ago. She's been in the industry for 15 years. She's brilliant. Like, she's one of the best lenders I know. She knows every single guideline. And she's having to email people a week after she asked for docs and say, hey, can I pretty please have these? Why are we begging for your docs? Guys, we're trying to get you money. Like, we need these documents to get you money. It's not because we want to bug you. It's because it's what we need to get you money. So if your lender asks you for documents, give them to them. It's to get you money. So you really want to make sure that you're not just, and I get it, like you get overwhelmed with the documentation. Like, I'm a lender, and you know, before we had all this great tech innovation, I hated getting a loan because I would have to prepare my taxes and my W-2s and my pay stubs and my bank statements. And I was like, ugh, you know, luckily with tech, it's not that bad, but you gotta do it. So just when you're getting a loan, be prepared with your docs. If your lender asks you for something, realize it's not personal. They're not picking on you. They're just trying to get you the money. So those are kind of the big things. I mean, there are some other little things like, hey, we don't love it when you call us at 2 a.m. drunk. And please don't rate shop us during a transaction, because that can make you lose your earnest money deposit. But the big things are really just, you know, you want to make sure you're telling the truth. You want to be really careful about money. And you want to make sure you're giving your lender what they need to get you money. So I hope that helps. I hope that if you're in the middle of a transaction and you saw this, this is going to make it so that your lender doesn't drink, because I'm really just trying to keep lenders sober. It's my entire goal at this point. So thank you for watching.